It is amazing when I look at these polls and Americans say, or you hear folks say, look, this economy is not moving fast enough. It's not growing like it should be. But we're comparing it to other ages when this is a once for the ages recession. So what do you make of the microwave society who says we should be blazing trails when it comes to jobs right now?
Well, I think you're exactly right that this recovery is following the pattern of recoveries from recessions triggered by financial crises. It's very typical that these recoveries are slower than normal. They have higher unemployment than normal. It is possible to, frankly, do a better job than we did if we had gone further in our response.
Margaret, is part of the problem that we took a political, pragmatic position, and that is, first of all, the toxic assets. We did not buy them back like we were sold on initially. We had a stimulus bill that some said should have been at least $300 to $500 billion more. It came out to be about $700 billion. And so as a result, we did that, didn't get what we actually wanted, but politically, we really can't go back and try to do it again because nobody has the stomach to actually do it. Is that sort of the quagmire we're in right now?
Well, I think there are two things. As been noted, that it usually takes quite a while to get out of these recessions.
Now, when you say quite a while for somebody watching, what does that mean?
Well, the projection is that the unemployment rate won't come back down to where it was for 5 years. It'll be 2016, the next midterm elections, from a political standpoint. And so some of it is that we just don't remember how long it takes, or we don't want it to take as long as it did before. But the truth is, from a political standpoint, we're in a kind of a difficult situation. The Congress doesn't seem to want to reach a compromise. We have a situation where the stimulus did not get us quite as much as we thought it would, and there are various reasons for that.
Before I go to Stephen, I want to play something from Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke when he talked about this whole issue that we hate to hear of slow growth. And he said, quote, the economic recovery is likely to be relatively slow at first, with unemployment declining only gradually from high levels. Stephen, every month when the jobs report comes out, we just had the most recent one. People said, oh, my God, the economy is slowing down. Right. When the previous month they said, hey, OK, things are picking up. Can Americans truly accept this whole notion of relatively slow?
No, and they shouldn't. You know, I have to say I disagree with both of you. I mean, this is an incredibly anemic recovery. And the truth is, if you look at the past 7 or 8 recessions that we've had since post-World War, in the post-World War II era, we had, you know, in many cases, deep recessions. And then we tend to boom out of those recessions. I mean, the Reagan years is a perfect example, what I call the other mini depression that we had when we had 15% unemployment, I mean, inflation and high unemployment. We, at this stage of the economic recovery, we were growing by 7 or 8% compared to 2% now. So I don't think we should accept these low levels of growth. I think we should basically conclude that what we've done in the last 2 years hasn't worked. I think the idea of doing more of it is simply, one thing my mama taught me, if you've got a losing strategy, always change it. So let's not do more of the same.
Well, that's fine to say, but none of the other recessions were triggered by financial crises. Right. We have also done actually a better job in this one in creating jobs than we did in the first 2 years after the 2001 recession, when we continued to lose jobs for 2 straight years. After the end of that recession, at the end of this one, we continued to lose jobs for about 8 months.
Every other recession.
One second. For our audience, what's the BLS?
The Bureau of Labor Statistics.
I want to make sure we use phrases our audience got. Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics. These are standard data which Republicans never want to remember, that, in fact, the private sector continued to lose jobs for 24 months after the end of the 2001 recession. After the end of this recession, we continued to lose private sector jobs for about 10 months, actually. Then we began to add jobs, but very slowly. And that, again, is the pattern of this kind of recession. You don't look to previous U.S. recessions. You look to previous financial crises that triggered recessions.